Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Shaka from Shaka Reacts. We are a music reaction and analysis channel here. We also do lots of other content on our other YouTube channels, as well as over on Twitch. So if you guys are interested in checking out any more of the content that we put out here, make sure you guys check out all of that information in the video description down below, folks. With that being said, today specifically, we're going to be checking out a group called Electric Callboy. I'm sure many of you that are regulars here in the channel are familiar with this group. We have seen them before, but we are going to also be seeing a new group that we have never reacted to here. Admittedly, I have heard of them. I'm a little bit familiar with them. You know, the group called The Offspring. We're going to be checking out a collab between Electric Callboy today, guys, and The Offspring called Let the Good Times Roll. Super stoked for this. With that being said, let's get into it.
Headlights shining through the night. We need no daylight. Feels like we will never die. We are unstoppable. We are incredible. And I feel like everybody knows that I wanna take it. Man, you can watch me roll the floor. I wanna take it. So shake it, shake it. Oh, I wanna take it. Man, you can watch me roll the floor. I wanna take it. Just everywhere I go.
Hear the agony. What a cameo! What a cameo! Okay, so first of all, one of my things going into this is I was really interested to hear, you know, how much influence The Offspring had on the traditional Electric Callboy sound. There's not a lot so far, at least. So far, they are absolutely still very true to Electric Callboy and the sound that I would expect from them. You know, they've got their, you know, super upbeat, I don't want to say techno, but you guys get the idea. Kind of that techno beat that we've got going on in the back. We've got the just really fast-paced, high-driving, you know, tempo that we have. We have the amazing catchy melodies that we are that I love about Electric Callboy. They're so good at writing that stuff. And then we also still have, you know, that hard, harsh vocal rap-ish, I know it's not a rap, but you guys get the idea, section as well. So we haven't lost their identity at all. I do hear a little bit of influence from The Offspring in terms of the rhythm, especially at the very beginning section of the song. I'm assuming we're going to hear kind of a section of the song where it's more Offspring featured and we get more of their flavor. But I thought it was interesting. Going into this, I was like, okay, how much are they going to change from what I expect of Electric Callboy? And they really haven't. I'm still getting a lot of what I expected going into this, which is awesome. All right, let's continue. We're going to break down a little bit more here in a moment, see what we've got, though, first, before we get to that.
And let the good times roll.
This is so... Yeah, now I get it. So it makes sense. So in case everyone's like, oh, you've seen this before, you called this. No, it just makes sense from a composition standpoint, guys. So for anybody that is new to the channel here, so I am a trombone player by trade. I have a ton of background in composition in particular. lots of arranging of music, things like that. When you write music, when you compose music, arrange music, whatever variation on it you're doing, there's very much a blueprint involved. And if I was doing, for instance, a kind of a marching band mashup arrangement of two different songs, I would start out with one, have the second reiteration of the phrase focus more on the second one, and then in the third section of the song is when you combine the two of them together. So, for instance, we did this with a song called November Rain. We did an arrangement of November Rain with the marching band, and we sliced in elements of the other songs. So it was a fall theme that we used. So we used October, we used September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. If anybody's not familiar with October, that's an Eric Whitacre piece. But we combined all of that into the finale, including November Rain that we had. And so you just have bits and pieces of each individual song first and then combine it at the end. Anyway, where I'm going with this is the second iteration of our blueprint, our phrases that we have here, there's way more Offspring influence. Like you can hear it both in the vocals, since obviously they've been focused on the vocals here. You hear it in the texture of the guitar in particular. The guitar texture is so prototypical Offspring here in that section. And we hear more of a focus on the whoa, 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 whoa section that we've got there, with more of the Offspring vocal flair. And it's just, again, it's not that we got rid of the stuff that we know from the Electric Callboy group, but it's just more Offspring-esque, more of that influence, if you will, which I love. Sorry I'm talking so much, guys. There's a lot to unpack there. So it's brilliant from a composition standpoint, which Electric Callboy does not get enough credit, in my opinion, for their composition skills. They're so good. Like if I could pick their brain, I know that they've worked with Reactors before. Electric Callboy, let's collab. I'd love to pick their brain on how they go about the composition process, because their melodies are so freaking catchy. I would think that's the first thing they do, and then they go for a bass line kind of feel second, and then fill in from there. I'm just intrigued on how they go about their composition process. It's so well done. Anyway, sorry, I'm talking way too much. Let's get back into the video, guys. I expect we're gonna have a bridge here where we're gonna kind of meld the two of them together, or they'll play off of each other very quickly, is what I'm expecting. Let's find out if I'm right or not.
You see me move, my hips to you like me feel the groove. Now it's your time to make a step. Those plays what those single says. Go! Shake it, oh.
I love this. I love it. I love the little bum 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 bum. Like, that's just so catchy. Again, where do they go about in the composition process with that, guys? Do they come up with the melody first, then they go into that little catchy thing, and then they fill in with there? I'm just so intrigued by it. Anyway, I'm going to rewind a little bit, because here's what I want to hear. I want to hear, again, just snippets of each of those three sections, so you guys can kind of hear what I'm talking about and how they add layers as they're going through the song. Anybody that writes music is going to do that, but it's cool that they have layers that are so, prototypical of their group. So we have, the beginning part here, which is what I would call more Electric Callboy-esque.
No daylight, feels like we will never die. We are unstoppable, we are incredible.
So no guitar at all. No guitar. This is just your bass line, your melody, and a little bit of a backbeat.
And I feel like everybody knows that.
No real drum. There's no real drum set through this.
Feels like we will never die. unstoppable, we are incredible, and I feel like everybody knows that.
But there's so much space there in how they wrote that and how they composed that. They left a ton of room for things to fill in from a texture standpoint, which makes so much sense when we add in the stuff from the Offspring. I'm going to keep playing a little bit because I want you to hear, even for this section, they still don't add a ton of extra stuff. So like even that, you could argue that's distorted guitar. I don't know whether it's distorted guitar or whether it's keyboard. Either way, it's definitely not your typical, power chord guitar strumming section that you would hear in the Offspring. It's very, very different, even though it's filled in a lot from a texture standpoint. Very, very, very Electric Callboy. Now, we're going to fast forward to more of the Offspring version. This is still fairly... So this part in particular, they don't do it as much in the very first part of the second iteration of the phrase, but this part, you hear so much guitar and the drum sets in. Everywhere I go, we And to be clear, there's a difference. So we hear drums in the first part of it, which is the Electric Callboy section, but it's simulated drum. It's electric drums. It's not a real drum set. This is a real drum set, real guitar playing, full strum chords. Like, this is clearly much more of the Offspring influence. Like, you can hear it in the toms. Like, you don't hear that in the electric guitar or the electric set version. So again, you can hear very distinctly that they are definitely different versions of the two main composition melodies. And even here, so there's not a whole lot more that's been added, but they do add a little bit of that top descant melodic part that we've got going on, and the hi-hat has been added here for a lot more layer too. So that way you get more of a fast 4 feel. With the kind of the halftime feel that we got on the whoa, whoa, whoa section. It's just, again, it's just great, guys. We'll let it play out to the end here, but it's just such a great job composition standpoint wise. Love it. Absolutely love it. This is such a great collab, guys. Shout out to Ricky P. He was just our guest on the Shock Talk podcast that we had, folks, over on the Shock Talk YouTube channel. He is the one that recommended this to us. We've done Electric Callboy before, but I was not aware of this collab. Thank you to him for recommending it and helping us to check it out. Highly loved it, sir. Much appreciated. Guys, if you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did, make sure you guys like the video, first of all. If you want to catch more of the content that we've got here, especially for Electric Callboy, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. And last but not least, if you want to continue your journey down that rabbit hole, folks, make sure you check out the video and don't forget to hit the subscribe button up here while you're at it. Catch you next time.